Thank you for tuning into APC Solution. Today we're going to unbox and review the Asus ROG Strix Arion external enclosure. Without further ado, let's dive on it. Let's see what we have here. We've got Republic of Gamers, Asus Orasync compatible, USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type-C connection, M.2 NVMe, SSD enclosure, ROG Strix Arion. You can barely read that. What are you thinking, Asus? And then we got some other things up here. It does include 2 USB cables, CES award in 2020, and a design award in 2020 as well. And then on the side we have the Republic of Gamers. It's compatible with Mac, Windows 10. You have a pin ejector, USB-C to USB-C cable, USB-C to USB-A cable, an R hook and protective holder, and then some more branding, ROG Strix Arion SSD enclosure. On the other side we have the branding and a whole lot of the same information in different languages. On the bottom you have all of your warnings. Let's get this box open. Got a little safety stuff, so we'll just cut that. Some nice premium packaging here. Pull that. There's our enclosure. Some foam. Got some instructions here. That's a little deceptive about this is Asus advertised this as screwdriverless, which is great, but it's not completely toolless, and that's why we've got this ejector here. It's very similar to a little SIM card ejector. Got an R Velcro holster. And this is the grommet that goes around it. Do we have anything more? Oh, yes we do. We have our USB-C to C cable. We have our USB-C to A cable. Now that's it for the box. We have our paperwork. You have a quick installation guide that literally walks you through it. How that pin ejector comes in handy to open the case, unscrew, or loosen up the notice and affix your thumb screw. Enjoy the 10 gigabyte speed. So one important thing about that is you're not going to be able to get that without a specific USB port on your computer. So this is just more information. We'll set that aside. I think based on what we saw, we're going to need this little guy, so we'll set that aside. Let's see what this looks like. Ooh, it's got some heft to it, which is very nice. Solid metal, or aluminum, I believe. So we've got this little connector right there. And we've got some thermal pads on the top of this caser. And it looks like they've got little holes depending on where you put this. Take that little thumb screw out. And then you would just insert your NVMe drive. Okay. Now that we've cleaned up some of our space, we're gonna put our NVMe drive in. So you put this in, put it in a little bit of an angle, push that down, take the thumb screw, which has a nice little bevel on it to loop inside of your SSD, and that's what secures it. You're not actually just pushing it down. There's like a slot specific for it. Now that we hand tighten that, we'll just give this a little quarter turn. Oh, that was really loose. Slide this in. And this is, I guess, a protective grommet. Give you a little bit more protection. We can slide that right on, maybe. It's a tight fit. There we go. If I catch the light just right, you can see on the side it says Republic of Gamers. Nothing on the other side. There's your USB-C port. So, and then you can finagle maybe your holster on it. There we go. A little carabiner-ish to clip onto your bag. Something along those lines. One thing that you might find out when you first hook up this external hard drive is that the speeds aren't quite what you're looking for. So the simple way to confirm you're getting the most out of it is to open up your device manager while the drive is plugged in, and you'll scroll down to disk drives. And you'll find an ROG under disk drives, right click on that and go to properties. And you're gonna go over to policies. By default, this quick removal feature is there, and a lot of times Windows 10, and I would assume probably Windows 11, will hamper the speeds as to what it can get. It'll actually end up being about half. So if you click on better performance, you can leave this down bottom portion turned off, help prolong the life of it. And then you click OK, and you'll be good to go. Just go ahead and run, make sure this is on NVMe, and there you go. You've got your higher speeds back. So just to recap some of the specs of this external enclosure, it is a USB-C 3.2 Gen 2 times 1 in order to get those speeds of 10 gigabits per second. It does support M.2 PCI NVMe SSDs in the 2230, 2240, 2260, and 2280 form factors. It is a screwdriver-free external enclosure. It does, however, require the pin ejector. It is made out of an aluminum alloy case with integrated thermal pads to deliver aggressive heat dissipation. And this version that we looked at today comes with a USB-C to C, a USB-C to A, as well as the hook and rubber grommet that protects the case. If you were to purchase the light version of this, you would only get the USB-C to C cord. And it is capable of syncing with Asus's AuraSync lighting effects, available through their Armoury Crate software. If you'd like us to do a further dive into the Armoury Crate software by Asus, please let us know in the comment section below. We're pleased with the aesthetics as well as the performance. The lighting accents aren't necessary, but they've been tastefully included. With regards to the performance, the aluminum material combined with the thermal pads seem to keep the drive cool enough not to hinder performance. The speeds are slow by NVMe standards, but they're still double most SATA SSDs, and it is ultimately due to data transfer limitations of USB 3.2. And that concludes our review of the ROG Strix Arion by Asus. If you have any questions or would like to see anything else in further detail, please let us know in the comment section. And make sure you hit that like and subscribe button to get notified of future content. And while you're here, please feel free to check out some of our other content as well. Thanks again, and have a blessed day.